Mamma mia! Mamma mia!
Nope. Nope.
Mamma mia!
Hey guys, Cords 2026, Gamer Ahmer and I here from the Game Masters. We want to give a huge shout out to
Stone Age Gamer.
Stone Age Gamer. Thank you so much for sponsoring us and the event, even though Randy didn't beat anybody. And we had to give away a lot of prizes thanks to Stone Age Gamer.
Sometimes you just have to let people win so that they can get the prizes.
Oh, here
At
we
least
go.
that's what I'm just going to tell everyone.
Go.
You know, I can't
3
be
times
that
in a row.
bad. third time's a charm. It didn't even help me, but people were happy that they won because they got amazing prizes.
StoneAgeGamer.com for all kinds of great consoles. They do a lot of the shells, right? You got a couple of the shells.
Yeah, just amazing things that they have. Tons of video games, tons of extras, and stuff that you need for your game collection.
So make sure you check them out today.
All right, it is Wednesday night, and it is time for the Game Masters. We're here, we're live, we're living color. Well, at least some of us are a little. You're looking kind of blue.
I am blue.
Yeah, you got the blue background going on this week. Usually it's like she's got the green. I was going to say usually it's the green monster with the turtles, but this week she's blue.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little blue. I should change it to red because that's actually kind of how I'm feeling.
Are you in a bad mood tonight?
No, I'm chipper.
Oh, okay. You feeling the blues? We got some folks here in the chat room. What's going on? I'm going to try to go through. We got Big Boy Jones. Start there and go up. I'm going to pull everybody up from there, so that way we can actually pull the chat up.
All right. Looks like we're missing a few people. Where's everyone at? We got Big Boy Jones. We got MSU Rich. We have Master Games Guru in the chat. Ted Adam Green. Reading Rambo. We have Stucky.
Stucky! I love that.
90s Gamer Person. Tangerla Tube. CC Games in the chat.
What's going on over there?
Everyone's saying howdy, howdy, hello, good evening.
Over my chat, we got all gas, no brakes. Everybody's still filtering in, so we've got some time to kill as people are coming in. We've got an interesting topic tonight. Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
I know. How many times did you say that as a kid?
Man, oh man. We said that many, many a time. You know, I remember my brother and my sister when they were real little. I don't remember myself saying it, but I do. Well, because I was younger. But I probably did. But I remember my brother and sister saying that we'd be like 5 minutes into the trip going to the beach, Ocean City, New Jersey. I lived in near the Easton Allentown area of Pennsylvania, so it was probably about a 3-hour drive. And we'd be on the highway for like 5 minutes, and they'd be like, "Are we there yet?" Yeah. And my dad would be like, "Does it look like you're there yet?" And they're like, "I don't know." And then my dad was like, "Do you see the ocean?" They're like, "No." And he goes, "Well, I guess we're not there yet." So
yeah, I would get the "Don't make me pull this car over."
Oh, well, that would come later on. That was after about 20 times of asking, you know.
Yeah. Don't make me stop this car.
Yeah. Do you want to walk home? Yeah, we heard that one.
Yeah.
So we thought it would be fun today to talk about the different road trips that you took as a kid, maybe with your families or even now road trips that you take, and what portable video game system, Brandy, that you take on the road with you, if you do it all. Because, I mean, today's day and age, there's so many choices for portable gaming systems.
It's overwhelming, too. It really is. Like, back then, we were all so limited on what we could bring.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you can literally pack everything.
I know. We also got jumping in here. Consumer Computer looks like. Hello, he says. Hello to you.
Howdy, howdy.
So, I was sitting back and I was reminiscing about some of this. We're going to get into that here in a little bit, but there is some news to talk about, Brandy.
What's the news?
Well, in this, we're not going to do a cheesy takeaway to, the big blackout that's going on with Sony and that. We'll discuss that a little bit in the news, but we don't do a lot of news. But I thought this was newsworthy enough. Let me roll the news clip, and we'll take a look. All right. So, I think you're going to like this one. And I think everybody in the chat room is going to like this one.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen this? This is in the news right now. StageTour.com, if you haven't gone there. Huh. They are bringing back Guitar Hero. And for the PS5 with wireless microphones, and for
Wow.
Xbox Series X and
This
Switch.
might be something that I saw. Someone was posting about it. I didn't think it was like new.
This is legit. So there's a package here right now, and this is the reason why I was bringing it up.
Wow.
Because I wanted people to realize. I sent it to my daughter. My daughter almost lost her mind with it. But right now you can get it. I'm being handed my drink. Sorry.
Where's mine?
Brandy wants to know where hers is at. Oh, he said Samantha said you can have Daniel's.
All right, just send it through.
We'll just send it over through the computer.
All right, I'll be waiting.
So, I wanted to show this to everybody in case you wanted to get on it. Well, you can get it with like a PC, since everybody's going PC because of the debacle with PlayStation.
Wow.
The Switch 2 version, if you read here, the Switch 2 drum hardware will not be available at launch.
Okay.
But what I want to draw everybody's attention to, because I have a feeling, again, I want to make sure to clarify, I have no allegiance, I have no contact with this company, I'm not getting paid. I want to draw attention to the price tag right now. If you're interested in Guitar Hero, right now you can buy it for $349.99. It's retailing. It's retailing at Brandy at $469.94, almost $500. Wow. So, and that's
and
for
it is a pre-order.
It's a pre-order, and it's for the package. You get the drums, the cymbals, a wireless microphone. Everything's wireless. Wireless drums, wireless microphone, wireless guitar. Okay, and the game, obviously.
Okay.
But again, this is something that if you want to do it, go to Stage Tour. We don't have any coupon code, or we don't have any link or something. No affiliate link. We just want to show you guys.
So it's like Rock Band, like Guitar Hero, but it's not licensed by them. It's
no. Apparently, the same company or same people or something along those lines are working with this company or are part of this company and doing it, from my understanding. And I didn't get a ton of time to research this, so I'm not going to pretend to know the ins and outs. Please do your research on this. It's better from what I've seen in the Reddit forums, which is how I found it.
That's where I've seen it.
It's better than the Rock. It's better than Rock Band. So people are saying it has the original Guitar Hero feel, but it's got a lot of like your newer artists. It's got some stuff where I seen on the video, like they're playing Blink 182. They're playing some of these other other bands of, I would say, like the late 90s.
See, that looks good then.
So I'm playing the video here right now, and there's no audio. You guys can listen to it on your off. I thought it looks cool. Watch when it comes up here with the notes that you have to hit.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out because that actually.
I'm seriously thinking about pre-ordering this, but
everyone's saying they're making physical, and this is not digital.
Yeah, so this is physical. this is yeah. You got
Isn't that funny how that works?
Yeah, you got Motley Crue on this. You got Duran Duran. You've got Metallica. You've got Sum 41. I thought I saw Sum 41 was on it, but I love the fact that it's wireless, Brandy. Like
90 songs. Okay, Paramore. Music.
Apparently, there's going to be DLC with it, just like the other one, where you can buy other sets right there. So you got Static X, Weezer, Avril Lavigne. Actually, let me back that up. Do you guys care if I back that up so we can see the artists here?
I might actually have to get that.
Hang on, let me back her up. Right there. So
we
we've got
jam out at conventions.
There you go.
Then you guys get to hear him sing.
So there is a lot of, I would say probably, wouldn't you agree? They're like late 2000, like some 90s, 2000s.
Yeah. That's a lot.
I mean, I'd even go back and say some 80s and 70s in there. You got like Motley Crue, Fall Out Boy, Genesis is old, Metallica's old. So anyways, so I think this looks pretty good. And honestly, Brandy, for the 306, was it 349 or 369? I forget.
340?
349 for that price tag. I don't think that's a bad deal for everything. I know we would play on game night. Look at the 3-player screen looks really, really good. The graphics have increased. Even if you're a PC player, you can still do this. December 10th, I believe, is the actual release date.
Okay.
So
right in time for the holiday.
Yes, right in time for the holiday. Right there, December 10th.
So we could get it for next year's convention.
Yep, absolutely. So, again, I figured this type of news you guys don't mind, right? We put this out there because this is a game that you could potentially buy, right? This is
physical media. It's something that's kind of like retro, new, a mix. See, this is cool.
Yeah, I'm just catching up with your chat. Sorry, guys, because I was scrolling on the webpage. CC Games is like ironic. They're making a physical instruments, no digital air guitars. Yeah, right.
Right.
Tangeria Tube says, "Take my money." Mellow Shy says, "Wow, physical hardware price is actually not too bad." That's what I thought. I honestly thought the price wasn't too bad. Now I think where I feel like the price is getting high, Brandy, where it's almost $500 till you put tax and shipping in. I think that's the original price. So I want to make sure that I pre-order it before the price goes up.
Isn't that how like the used ones are going? Like
that's what I'm saying. That's why I thought it was good. Yeah.
The used ones are up there and it's like outdated.
Yep.
This is obviously new. It's like not used. It's how those drums are, like the foot pedal.
Yep.
If you get one that's
yeah, they feel kind of on the cheaper side.
Used.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, I'm sure that Nirvana may come in like a DLC. You're not going to be able to get away from that. All these jam-packed type of games. They might even come out with a physical disc. Oh, dare I say that? Like Guitar Hero did as an add-on. Like they did a country one for, I think it was PS2. I know. Xbox 360 did that. I don't know if the other ones, because I have the Xbox 360. There's a country hits. There's Metallica hits.
Yeah, PS2 had like a whole bunch as well. I think I have like the most Guitar Heroes, I feel like, for probably the PS2, Xbox, some Wii ones they did. Yeah.
Yeah. So, either way, guys, I figured that was news and noteworthy to be talking about tonight. I didn't want to beat a dead horse about the whole... I saw, Brandy, you had posted about the PlayStation 5. Yeah. Everybody knows that today was the first day of the boycott for the PlayStation 5. And I understand, like, not buying games, Brandy, or, not spending money on their eShop. But this is what I wanted to talk about really briefly, guys. We're not going to go through this for a long period, but do you really think this is going to make a difference to a multi-billion-dollar company to say, well, okay, for a week or 2 weeks, I'm not buying any Sony games, digital or physical. I'm not going to renew my subscriptions. But then after 2 weeks, I'm going to buy the games that I didn't buy. Like, to me, that just doesn't make sense. And maybe some people will hold out, I know. But
I think it's mostly, like, obviously for the principle of it. Like, they realistically don't care.
No.
But I think it just shows that we're all in this together, whether it's good, bad. I think people just want to get people talking about it.
But do you think it'll make it... I don't care what people are doing. Everybody's entitled to do whatever they want. But do you think Sony's taken note, and do you think that Sony may entertain the possibility that... Because we already know the CEO has come out, and he's like, the PlayStation 6 is going to have a rough time launching right now.
Yeah.
He's admitted that. Like, the whole stir, right?
I'm a realist.
No, that's fine.
I've seen a lot of things, protests, boycotts, this, that, the third. I've seen a lot of things. And most of the time, a lot of things don't work. Now, we would all like these things to work, and we would like people to listen to us. But at the same time, I think it's mostly just showing that we're a community. We all care about this. And whether they care about it or not, I think it's the principle, and it's uniting us as, like, gamers, collectors, the community. And I think that's the important part, is we keep trying. You still keep trying.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying throw the baby out with the bathwater. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying people shouldn't exercise their right to, fight the man, so to speak, or petition, if you will. But CC Games, Kevin in the chat room says, well, it'll make zero difference now. Sony will only feel the pain when the PS6 comes out, unless people buy it. And you know what the funny part's going to be, guys? And I think you'll all agree with me on this. Remember in the PS5 we had all these scalpers. You guys remember that? Everybody was buying up the PS5, and they're like, ha ha ha, we're getting them, and there's kids crying in the streets. And
yeah, if there's money to be made.
Yep, and I think now these guys don't pay attention to shows like this or YouTubers or anything like that. These people are just like, hey, it's the next hot ticket item. I'm gonna buy it as soon as it comes out, and I'm gonna sell it for $800. What's gonna be funny is these people are gonna get stuck with these machines that they were hoping to flip, and nobody's gonna buy them because it's digital only. The people that want these things day one, because you got to remember, the average everyday, casual gamer is not going to pay $600 to $800 for a video game system for their kid. They're just not going to do it. They'll go out and buy a PS5 or an Xbox Series X that's half the price or less than half the price, right? They'll be like, little Johnny does not need the latest and greatest PS6 that's costing $800. Okay, we just can't do that this year for Christmas. So that's the thing I think is going to happen, where Sony's going to be because the people like you and I, Brandy, and the guys that are in the chat room here that want to play certain games, like maybe there's a better rendition of GTA 6 that comes out, or an update to run better on the PS6. Those are the guys that are going to run out and buy this thing and want these types of systems. Even you didn't go out and get the latest system right when it came out, right?
No, I had a hard time getting a PS5. Stephanie actually ended up getting one from a family member who actually bought a bunch of them.
So you had scalpers within the family. I see.
Well, not on my side. So yeah, so I ended up getting a PS5 a little late to the game because I couldn't find any, and I didn't want to pay these like ridiculous prices. And then I don't have the Xbox Series X.
You're not missing anything.
I would like to get the limited edition, that green color. I'd like to get that one, if I even can get a chance to get it, because that one's going to be, bought up and resold.
Mellow Sky wants to know. Mellow Shy, sorry. Do you credit the community pushing back on the PS3 Vita store closing years ago as the reason for Sony changing their minds then? Maybe. I don't think Sony would admit it, but I do think it was I think it was a huge, can we say, red flag to them? Would that be a fair assumption? I don't think Sony would ever admit it, but I personally would say it helped. Brandy, what do you think?
Yeah. I mean, it's always a little hard to say, because like they're not going to come out and admit anything, and they're not going to say
right,
certain things. And we see them now, like what they're doing with all this stuff going on. You would think that they'd try to make people happy, make people feel good, anything at all, and they're just not. They don't care.
They don't care. No, it's about the almighty dollar.
Yep.
And not that I want to get political here, so I don't want a bunch of political chats and rants in the chat room.
Here we go.
No, seriously. With the current president and the House and Congress and everybody in the cabinet running the country right now, when the PS6 comes out, you got to remember, we are going to be under another president. our current president Trump, he cannot run another term. He ran a term 2 years ago, or two terms ago, and he ran this one. So that's a total of 8 by the Constitution. That's it. That's all he can run. So what my thinking is, this president, whether you like him or hate him, it's irrelevant. But right now he has tariffs put in place, Brandy.
Mm-hmm.
You have to wonder if a new president comes in, if they're going to abolish the tariffs, which in turn, they could use that for political gain, right? They could come out and say, vote for me. I'm going to get rid of all these tariffs. You're going to watch video game systems. You're going to watch other electronics and food and everything. Prices come down because there's not going to be any tariffs. And let's say that person gets voted in.
Mm-hmm.
That could change the whole landscape as we know it of pricing with a PS6, to where maybe Sony right now is looking at it to be $600 to $800, but if they get rid of tariffs, maybe that brings it down to like I think it's going to be around $500 to $600 regardless.
Yeah,
what do you think? Do you think that's going to weigh in on it?
Yeah, I mean, it also depends too, because we see this happen. It doesn't matter who is in or whatever.
Right.
Obviously, you see the economy go up, down, up, down. You see unemployment rates. You see different things like that. Everything shifts. And also, when presidents and stuff get voted in, you see them. They have to do certain things that.
This chat.
Why do we always have this random person pop in here? Why is this a thing?
I don't know.
But
I thought it was.
You
funny.
always see them spending the first amount of years trying to redo or change up things before things even fluctuate or level out. So I am kind of curious to see how things are, because as the way things are now and how they have been several years ago. It's hard to say, because
but they have the magic pen, and they sign those executive orders the second they get in, right? There's a bunch of
but it's never done immediately at all.
No, but it's the trickle down effect. If the companies know, if the companies know that they're not going to be paying tariffs, and I don't get into a ton of the the in betweens and stuff like that of how it goes, but again, I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking a lot could change. Pricing, everything that we know as far as pricing on new consoles. Because when did they say potentially? Everybody's thinking it's 2028, right? Because that's when they said they're going to stop physical.
Mm-hmm.
So 2028, that's when the new president gets put in.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on what the state of everything is, and it really just depends on a lot of different circumstances. The cost of things, how much things cost to ship over here.
Yeah.
How much companies have to pay for certain things. Shortage of stuff. Is there going to be a shortage of all this electronic stuff? I mean, you don't really know until it gets a little bit closer, I'd say.
And that's not something a president can control. I don't care which side of the fence you play on. These places, they're putting them in all over the country. They're using up electric. They're all, there's nothing you can do. I want to segue off of that because we want to get into tonight's topic, but I left Cleveland's comment up here because Sunday night I watched their Cleveland Classic live, and with Tom, Corey, and I forget the other guy's name. But anyways, it was a good show. If you want to know about what's going on for the Cleveland Gaming Classic, which is coming up here very shortly. I think it starts the 11th.
It's a few weeks away. It's crazy.
We're going to be guests there. We're going to have our Game Masters booth set up with lots of prizes and giveaways and things like that. But Kathleen, who was here last week, she was in the chat room, and I said about getting a dunk tank for Tom, and I think it got glazed over. And I said, well, if we can't get a dunk tank for Tom, at least could we get a dunk tank for you? I'd be happy with that, being able to dunk you in a dunk tank. And Kathleen's like, sorry, I'm on Team Brandy. And I'm like, I was like, Kathleen, you used to be my favorite, okay?
You didn't even know she was in the chat.
No, I didn't.
I didn't. That's what you were saying.
I didn't think, Well, apparently she was here because obviously you're on live. So I'm sitting there and I'm going, well, that backfired. I was like, well, I was like, okay, at least Tom's in the chat. Tom, see, I tried to get it off of you, okay, and tried to put it on Brandy, okay. You got to give me some credit for that one.
I wasn't even there.
And then the final boss, Kathleen says, "Oh no, I'm on Team Brandy. We're not doing that." Tom, I could have used your support there on that one. We could have got Brandy in the dunk tank.
If I'm getting in a dunk tank, I can't even talk. If I get into one of those, there has to be some like payout or something, okay?
There would be a payout. It would be my joy. There would be the smile on my face to see you getting in the dunk tank.
It would be like $5 for a shot at throwing.
$5 a shot? What do you think this is?
Yeah, but I get like also $5. So like they get some and then I get some and then
what if we gave it all to charity? Could we get you in a dunk tank then? Oh.
Now you're gonna put me on the spot. Of course, if it's
be careful, Tom's listening.
Yeah, because I will say in college, we did a charity thing and I got slimed.
Did you really?
We did a charity thing and I got pied in the face. I was the only RA on campus that got pied in the face because everyone donated a crap ton of money just to get me pied in the face. So, for charity, I will do certain things.
Yeah,
but,
I think it would be fun. Anyways, Cleveland Gaming Classic, get your tickets now. I think there's still some VIP passes and things still left. And they've got a really he showed some of the stuff, like you get this what looks like a 3D printed NES cartridge that's gold that has the Cleveland Gaming Classic logo on it. They've got some pins and some other cool swag. And then there is also, Brandy, because there's going to be some voice actors there. Mm-hmm. I'm probably going to say this wrong, but I'm going to say it the way I know it. There's going to be an authentication where you have to pay for it to get your autograph authenticated there on the spot, but they give you one for free if you get the VIP package. So I don't know exactly the term. Tom let it just roll off his tongue, but I can't remember what it is. But anyways, there's a bunch of that going on. It's going to be in the Huntington Center downtown, right across the street from the Cleveland Browns Stadium. We're going to be there all weekend long, causing mischief like we always do.
There better not be a dunk tank, okay?
No, I don't think Kathleen's going to let that happen. As much as I wanted it to happen.
Yeah, but like
she's not going to let it happen.
We need to talk about this, guys. When I'm not around, he can't be throwing me under the bus. He can't be throwing these ideas.
What do you mean throwing? Okay? I don't ever throw you under the bus.
I feel like you throw me under the bus and then run me over sometimes.
Guys in the chat room, do I ever throw Brandy under the bus? Come on now.
Every time.
I don't ever throw her under. Does this look like the face of somebody that would throw somebody else under the bus?
Absolutely. All right, guys in the chat, whose team are you on? Team Brandy, let's go. Or Team Bus.
I don't know.
Team Brandy or Team Bus?
Team Bus? How do you get Team Bus?
You're Team Bus.
Why am I Team Bus? First I'm Team Gramps, and then I'm Team Bus.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just doesn't seem right. Well, they know that I don't cheat during trivia, and they know you cheat during trivia. So I don't know. They might not be.
I don't know. I think they're all on my side.
Well, apparently the the consensus has spoken. Apparently, I throw you under the bus all the time.
Exactly. See, that's why he's one of my favorites.
Retro Rick. Yes, Team Retro Rick. If he was actually going to be there. Let's see here. Alfie DiCaprio. Sometimes it feels like you're always yelling at her for no reason. Wait a second. I don't yell at her.
Right? See?
I don't yell at her. She's bossy. Have you ever worked with her off camera? She's bossy.
Little person over here. I'm just an innocent little person.
Wow. You must be buying off your audience. They're like, Randy is the video queen.
That's because they're awesome. They know.
Team Matthews
they
Archery.
have.
So he's with me on this one. Nintendo.
Ooh.
Let me see here. What else? Let's Master Games Guru. Team Game Masters. All right. I can live with that. Team Game Masters. Yeah, there we go. All joking aside, though, we're gonna have some fun games. We're gonna actually have, if you guys want to try them out, the Intech wireless light guns. We're gonna have them hooked up to a PS2 to play like Time Crisis. You can play myself, or you can play against Brandy. And if you beat one of us, because I haven't practiced, so you'll probably beat me. You will get a really, really cool prize, courtesy of Stone Age Gamer. And it's not cheap garbage that you're just like, I'm just going to throw this in the drawer sometime and give her. Brandy, you got one of those Nintendo 64 shells. We've got, what, 2 or 3 of them left, I think?
We have
or
a
maybe
few
more?
of them. Yeah, we have a few of those. We have a ton of, like, goodie bags. We have a bunch of giveaway stuff. We have just so much stuff that we're giving away. So you guys do not want to.
And Stone Age is supposed to be giving us some more stuff. And here's the imposter coming in here, Retro Rick.
Who are these people?
I don't know. It's funny though. I'm all for it. Everybody having fun tonight. So make sure if you're in the Cleveland area, if you're within driving distance, come on out. We're gonna have some fun. You can harass me, harass Brandy. We'll harass each other on stage like we always do. All right. Are we there yet? Is this episode almost over? Are we there yet?
I know, right?
Man. All right.
Took long enough to get there.
Well, you got to kind of ease in. We did get, Brandy, we got a lot of submissions this week again.
Good.
On the different ways that people played video games going through their trips or vacations or whatever it is that they had. One of the options, I want to bring this up as we get into this here. How many of you guys, I got to get rid of this. It's telling me that there's an update to my screen. I don't want to do that right now. I pulled up a bunch of handheld video games, Brandy, that I had as a kid. Because at the time, my parents didn't have a lot of money. We didn't have a Game Boy. We didn't have a Game Gear. I didn't get a Game Gear until probably 2 or 3 years after I started playing with some of these handhelds. My parents bought me one for Christmas when they were like $99 back then, which was a lot. But do you remember some of these games that are up on here, these Tiger Electronics? What about you guys in the chat room? Do you remember these? I used to have the Mega Man 2 that was down here. If you guys see the Mega Man 2, I had that one. I had this other submarine game. I can't remember what the name of it was, but it was a Tiger Electronic. I had that one.
Interesting.
I had Double Dragon 2 with the Tiger Electronics. Did you have any specific ones that stand out to you that you remember of the Tiger Electronics series?
Yeah, it's right over here on my Power Ranger shelf. I remember Power Rangers.
Oh, Power Rangers. I think I passed Power Rangers in here. Yep, this one.
And now as I collect, I have Doug, I have Rugrats, I have a couple different Rugrats ones. I actually have one.
We're talking about handhelds today, folks, and she didn't bother to bring any out to show. That makes sense.
What'd I do with it?
What were you thinking?
I have the Full House one too. It's in the blister.
They had a Full House one?
They sure did.
Wow.
For some reason, I went out there and I started like trying to collect a whole bunch of them. And yeah, I have so many like Nicktoons ones. I think there's like a cat dog one. Yeah, but I don't know where it is. I don't know what to do with it. It's the Full House one. I have it somewhere. It's somewhere in this vicinity. But in this room, there's probably like 20 of those Tiger Electronic handheld games.
I was trying to find there was an email that went out real quick. X-Men Rogue says, "Did y'all hear about the other GTA 6 leakage?" Yeah, the Rockstar came out and apologized for the person that leaked it and said that they shouldn't have done it. They didn't want to do that, and that everybody should just be expected to see it come November. I didn't really want to like draw a lot of attention to that personally. I was like, I want to kind of keep it a surprise for people that maybe don't know about it. Mellow Shy says, I had the Mortal Kombat Tiger game. Let's see. Ernest says, growing up in the 80s, I would borrow NES games with my elementary friends. I remember borrow Zelda that gold color was cool. Melishai says he also had the Power Rangers one.
Nice.
Nintendo says he had Double Dragon and Bo Jackson.
Okay.
Let's see here. Nest Wizard, what's up, Game Masters? I'm not gonna play it. Let me go over to my chat room here. Sorry, guys, trying to keep up with both chat rooms. I had the Tiger Electronics Double Dragon 1. I didn't have Double Dragon 1. I had Double Dragon 2. Seems like a lot of people had Double Dragon. I had Double Dragon.
I do see that one a lot.
They also made Contra. Yep, there was a Contra one. So there was a bunch of them. All right, now we're going to go back even further now. So Brandy's not going to remember this. Now, Brandy may have picked something like this up at a pawn shop. I'm sure she's seen these before, but I remember this was my first ever handheld video game that it used to be my dad's. He got it for Christmas.
I have them.
The baseball one right here. And I actually want to rebuy these from Mattel because my dad had this one and he had the football one where they were just little red dots and you would play the game. But we had these, my brother and I played this. These were our first handhelds. I believe they came out in the early 70s, I want to say, or maybe even earlier. But I remember my dad giving it to us. Me and my brother, we had this green football one.
Nice.
This is the one that we had. I wish I knew where it was, but
they remade them, so like you don't even have to get the originals. Like I have the originals in the basement in my like retro area, but they did remake them, so you can get like a newer, updated.
I'd like to get it just from the nostalgic.
Yeah. I
don't know if you guys ever saw in the video. You know that you saw it too when you came over, Brandy. That little pinball machine that I have. I found it at a yard sale for $5. The ball's a little rusty inside, but it has all the pieces, and there's a little cut in the box. But for me, it was more about the nostalgia because we had that as a kid. My dad got it first at Service Merchandise, and that was our first pinball machine, if you will. It played really good. I'll have to look for it at some point and show people. But this was a really interesting baseball and football game handheld. Anybody in the chat room, did you guys have one of these? Because I know, don't you all act like you're young bucks in there. I know a lot of you guys probably had something like this.
Yeah, you old farts.
Yeah, you all probably had that. So Nintendo says he had the 2-on-2 football. And the baseball was actually cool. I think it was baseball where it had like a wire attached with the controller in it. Do you remember that? Where it comes out of the bottom? I think it comes out the bottom and has like a black wire and it's a little tiny controller. I believe it was the baseball of that. Ernest says, I found one at my flea market and passed. Yeah, I mean, granted, it does show its age. It's just cool to have.
Yeah, because like most of the time, like the batteries are like corroded, like in the back. So you kind of have to be mindful. And then always like the back battery cover is usually missing on those.
But now with 3D printers, you can reprint them. That's what I've been doing. Yep.
True.
That is, if you don't care. If you don't care that it's, you have a few that's missing.
I think so. I just got them in like a lot. It was like a big box full of.
I'll have to look for a file for it because I know you.
I'll have to look and see which ones because like I know I have baseball, football. I have a soccer one. I have a couple that are like they're like double or maybe they're like they kind of look like triangles or something.
Steve says I think he says he had all three, and they had they did have a tennis one. Now that you say that, there was also the racing one.
So many of them.
The racing one. Do you remember this, where the red car would go from side to side inside of the track here?
Man, we have advanced so much.
Do you remember, like when I was in grade school? You might have seen it though, even though it wouldn't have been around your time. It looked like an actual arcade. It had a hood on it. But it was a racing one. It had a little steering wheel. It was red.
Yeah.
And you would see it looked like the car was like on a tape.
Yep.
And when you turned to the left, it unlit the tape in the middle and lit up the tape on this side. There was 3 tapes in it. They just rolled constantly, and it would light up the car. You know what I'm talking about? You've seen them?
Yeah, I've seen that. I think I had something like that.
I want to find one of them because I want to show my kids. I want to be like, this is what I played. I was in 2nd grade and we had that at
84 years ago.
Break time. We also, I'm just ignoring that comment. We We also had the Coleco, the little Coleco arcades. We had Donkey Kong and we had Frogger. We used to fight over those all the time to play them at break time. Somebody said I was yelling at you all the time. What about this? She picks on me all the time.
Someone said my dad had the football one. I said my great grandfather had one.
Oh, yeah, your
Like
great
84
grandfather.
years
Listen to
ago.
this. Listen to this. And they're saying about the Coleco. I was happy to find my Donkey Kong Coleco handheld. Yep.
Very nice. Those are nice too. Like
Look
some
at
of,
all
like,
this
those
boomer tech.
tabletop ones.
Man, Mellow Shy. Come on, man.
I love it.
Let's see here. Daryl says he had this. I guess there was a Space Invaders one.
Okay.
A Space Invaders handheld. Okay, so now we're gonna go even further. Like I said, my grandparents didn't have a ton of money. We wanted handheld gaming, so this was something else I had. And I wish I could find these today. I had
those all the time.
I had the Ghostbusters. I want to get this in a blister pack, not to play, but to keep.
Oh,
I
haven't
actually
seen it in the blister pack, but I did see a Ghostbusters one, but it was missing the back battery cover, and they wanted like eBay prices, so I passed on it.
What do they
But
go for? That? What do these go for? I didn't even look them up.
This was years ago. I think it was like at least $40 or $50, but it was like missing it, and it kind of looked a little raggedy. But I'll keep an eye out.
Yeah, keep an eye out.
now
Even if it's on eBay, if it's a decent price, let me know because I would buy it. My parents,
I stumble into those.
when I was into Ghostbusters, my parents would tell my grandparents or whatever. My grandmother, who's still alive today, got me that real Ghostbusters.
Wow.
That was during the big boom when the real Ghostbusters, you had the cars. They remade the action figures a couple of years ago. The Firehouse. They got me this. My brother ended up getting the Double Dare.
Did you rip the box open?
I did, of course. I was a kid. I was
course, you
1988.
destroyed it.
Let's see. I was
Oh,
born in
yeah.
79. So I was 10 years old. Of course, I ripped it open. I wanted to play it, you know?
Mhm,
I had that one. My brother had the Double Dare.
mhm.
And I want to say, let me see, any of these
I
other
don't
games jumping
do the
out.
Double Dare.
Did you get any of these games, or do you have any of these games?
I have some of the Game and Watches. I have
You have the
The
turtles
turtle
like
one?
this. My
I have
my
the
brother
turtle
had the
one.
turtle one like that. Yep.
they're probably back there somewhere too.
We got when the turtles started getting big. That's what my brother wanted. He wanted the handheld with that. I just thought these were kind of nostalgic. I wanted to pull up, obviously, some of the. I figured you would have them, but you always say I'm old, so I figured you probably didn't own them as a kid because when you were a kid,
I
Game
have
Boy.
them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have them all now. But I had like Tiger Electronics handhelds. I did have some older cousins and stuff. Whatever.
Aha! We got Team
Team
Gramps here.
Gramps.
Here we go.
I'd rather be Team me than Team Gramps. Okay.
Oh, that's right. There was a Knight Rider one. Daryl said. I forgot about that. That's
Yeah, I
when
feel like
Knight Rider
there's
was huge.
So many. Like if you collect handheld stuff, like you'll be busy because there's literally so many, and there's so many more than like what you guys are even thinking about. Like I wish I had them all here. They're just out of arm's reach.
Yeah, I didn't realize you had. I didn't realize you had some of those Tiger Electronic. I think the Tiger Electronics
I grabbed,
ones
like,
were the most.
50 of them.
They were the most popular ones, to be quite honest. The Tiger Electronics, because there for a while, I think they were like $30, but they seemed to be the ones that like we would go on. My grandparents used to have foster kids, and they were so close in age with us. We always hung out, and because we lived in the same town, and when we would do like we go on trips with my grandparents, and we would go. My parents would drive. We went to like the Baltimore Aquarium, and for Eastern Pennsylvanians, that's a trek. That's like 3 or 4 hours.
That's crazy. I worked there.
Yeah, we went there when I was younger, and we in between stops because my grandmother, old people, they got to stop and go to the bathroom every 2 hours, and not like me, I drive and just keep going until I run out of gas.
You
but
probably stopped too.
no, I really don't. People hate doing road trips with me. I'm like, hold it, don't drink.
Yeah, we got to get there.
We got to get there.
Beat the traffic.
That's right. And so what we would do is when we get to a rest stop, if we were getting food or going to the bathroom, we would trade those Tiger games and say, all right, you play it till the next whatever stop where we're at. We'll trade back and see how far you can get on it. You gotta tell me what level you got to, and obviously it saved the score, so you could know what they got. And so you would take that time, those 3 hours or whatever between bathroom stops, sometimes 2 hours. It seemed like it was probably more. I'd have to check with my parents. Probably like 1 hour. People had to go to the bathroom. We were all young, so. But that's how we did it. That's how we played games. Until I was probably about 12. That's when Game Boy was really prominent. But my parents didn't want to buy me a Game Boy because they felt like the Game Gear, because it was color from Sega, they're like, why would you want this awful yellow and black when you could get color? So that's what, and they didn't like the Lynx at the time or the TurboGrafx 16 because they said that there wasn't a lot of games. And if you remember when they launched, there really wasn't a lot of games. Sega and Nintendo pretty much owned the market then. So we ended up getting a Game Gear for Christmas. We got the Sonic game. I think I got Sonic 1. My brother got Sonic 2. And they both came with the pack entitled Columns. And that was a game changer, Brandy, having that. I assume for you, growing up, Game Boy, was that your first handheld?
So technically it was my cousin's handheld, was the original Game Boy. And they gave it to me. So I was able to play The Simpsons. I had the Tasmania game. Kirby's Dream Land was like the first game that I actually played and beat on a road trip. I was so excited. No one else in the car was, but I was so excited because I made it to the very, very end and I beat the game.
Nice.
Like during a car ride to like Ocean City, like Maryland, like 3+ hours, because parents and grandparents drive super slow. So like instead of it taking like less than 3 hours, it was like 3, 4, 5, however many hours it took them forever to get there. But I remember beating Kirby's Dream Land, and I was like cheering in the car. I was so happy. It wasn't even my system either, and I loved playing that. And then I got a Game Boy Pocket with all the Pokemon games. I got Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue, and Pokemon Yellow. So I remember bringing those on all of those trips, and then even Conker's
Bad
Pocket
Fur Day.
Tales.
Oh,
yeah, I played Conker's Pocket Tales in the car on a Game Boy Color. I do remember once I got my Atomic Purple Game Boy Color, I took that everywhere, and I brought extra batteries because I was prepared, and I loved car rides. Now, if I play like on my phone or something, I'll get nauseous, but I could play those all day long. I could just play hours, try and beat the games, and yeah, I kept myself entertained. I wouldn't be asking, are we there yet? Because I would be addicted, and then I'd run through batteries. I remember changing out batteries on vacation because I played the system too much.
well, you know what's funny now is that we're of the age, and I know a lot of the people here in the chat room that you have kids. You see, you're as the parent or grandparent, if we have some of them in the chat room here, you're of the age that you grew up with video games. So you remember driving in the cars with these video games. Now your kids have grown up.
Mm-hmm.
My kids, believe it or not, growing up in the car, they had a DVD player on the back of the, like you could buy it for $100, and we had them on the back of the headrest for the kids, and they would. I remember we had it hooked up, and they would play the Android games on there because, we didn't want to hook up their consoles in the vehicle because at the time, my son had a Switch, and my daughter was more interested in watching DVDs, so she would watch DVDs. And if he wanted to play, he just played Switch in the car. As they got older, we did away with the DVD player. Now, Sophia, again, a different generation, if she has her iPad in the car, she's happy. She'll do whatever. She can play a game. She can watch a video. But she comes down here and she wants to play the claw machine. That's what she does. She knows video games. That's what she's growing up with. So it's kind of interesting for me, Brandy, to see 3 different generations of kids, right, growing up with video games and how each one handles a car ride.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think it's kind of neat because our kids, my generations, and everybody in here's kids grew up with the Switch, even the PS Vita. I could say the PS Vita, right? That's about the same era as the Switch 1. And that's
Some people like the 3DS.
3DS. That was another. My son was big on, and my daughter was big on the 3DS.
But it's like so crazy because if you look at these like graphical leaps, like literally, y'all talking about a blinking light on some ancient yellowed tech that looks like it's been in the ground and dirt for ages. And then like we jump to the Game Boy and Game Boy Pocket, Game Boy Color, you know, we jump to that stuff. So it's like thinking of all those and then from that point going to the Switch. Like I remember one trip, we were going to Ocean City and we wanted to bring the Xbox. And it was such a big deal because that thing is heavy. The original Xbox is heavy. I had the Dance Dance Revolution mats, had to bundle up everything. I think I used my suitcase for the system. I didn't even use my suitcase for like clothes and, you know, all that. I think that was like jammed in my parents', you know, suitcase because I absolutely had to have my Xbox. And then I brought 007 Nightfire. Me and my brother, we played that game. We stayed up all night. Now we had the beautiful beach, the beautiful weather, the boardwalk. We had the sand. We had the water. We had all of that. And we were so concerned about playing the Xbox because we had to play Ghost Recon. We had to play 007. We had to play Dance Dance Revolution. We had to play Fusion Frenzy. Like, it was such an ordeal, but like thinking about the Switch compared to that, like it's so easy just to bring these systems on vacation now. They don't have to lug like 20-pound consoles and worry about cables and wires and this and that. Like it's so easy. They have it easy. They have it great.
Yeah, and I think the bigger thing with it is that's why that generation, I think, because they have the console. That's why they want the digital, because when you go on a road trip, they can bring every game with them. And I hate to say it, but this generation, my kids' generation, doesn't have a long attention span. So where you and I could play one of those handhelds from Tiger Electronics the whole trip and we'd be fine, these kids wouldn't. They'd be able to play it for like 20 minutes and they'd be done with it.
Yep.
They have to change the game or something.
Because you look at the social media too, and it's changed. Like YouTube long form used to do so well, and now it's TikTok Shorts. It's just boop boop boop. And if you don't grab their attention in like the first 1 to 3 seconds, you already lost them. So if you're just staring there, blank face, not even about to like talk, like if you're literally just like, and you don't even say anything, like you already lost the people. They're moved on. Like they don't care. Like that's just. Things are changing.
Well, and if you remember with the Tiger Electronics, I think they only had like 2 or 3 frames. Like the guy that looked like he was walking, it would go like this, his leg.
This side,
exactly. It wasn't like, it was hard to use your imagination. And the worst part about it was there was no backlight. You either had to bring one of those headlamps with you, Brandy, to play this. So not only did you have to worry about the batteries in your game going out, you had to worry about the batteries in your headlamp. Like we had. Do you remember those book lights that you used to put in a book and it had like a little lamp that we used to bring them. Mm-hmm. We had it rigged up with a little tray, and
because if you didn't have those worm lights,
you couldn't
whatever.
watch it.
Yeah,
and I sit back and I think a lot of it is just attention. These kids, I don't think they could do that. And they're saying in the chat room, because iPads and TikTok. Yeah, he's not wrong. iPad babies 100%. My daughter Sophia has been playing with an iPad. She's the child that's done it the earliest. I think my daughter was 5. My oldest was 5 or 6 when she got she had an iPod. My dad had gotten it for her. My son was maybe 4, but Sophia was she just turned 1 and she had one and she knew how to work it.
Wow.
So she's literally an iPad baby. That's the first thing she says to me when she sees me. Dad, iPad, because she'll ask Aaron and Aaron will be like, oh, why don't you do this? But Dad gives her the iPad. because that's something she wants to, she's not on it all the time, but when she just wants to get on it. Okay, so with that being said, now I also think this is part of the problem today, and I'm not slamming any of these companies, so please nobody take this as it, but it's just to show where we are in this society of gaming in this realm. Brandy, part of the problem now is there's so many handhelds to choose from.
Yep.
Before, we just had our three major brands. You had Nintendo, you had Sega, and actually, let's go back. We had 5 major brands, right? We had Atari with Atari Lynx, TurboGrafx 16. You had Sega, Game Gear. What else did you have? And you had Nintendo with the Game Boy. So you had 5 major companies. Slowly, that dwindled down to 3. You had Nintendo, you had Sony, and you still had a little bit of I want to say TurboGrafx, because that was still kind of around, but then it went to 2, where you had Sony and Nintendo battling it out.
Yeah.
Then you were left with Nintendo, so that was your whole handheld, solution. Now you have all these different Android devices, and in fact,
and there's so many things that are like the emulation
yes
things. There's a little tiny, you could go into any, like, I don't know, like Gabe's, like Gabriel Brothers, or you could go to Burlington, or you could go to like TJ Maxx. They have all these like little tiny, like, play Tetris, play Pac-Man, play this,
Game and Watch, everything.
Old style. Like, they have all these. There's so many different little cheap things, stuff on Amazon. I mean, literally all these companies, whatever these companies are.
In fact, the company just reached out to me this week about they want me to review another handheld that's Android based that plays retro games and things like that. As you know, I reviewed the other one here, the one that looks like this. I can't think of the name. It was like the 80 something, but it had like 5,000 games on it. That I really like. I take that places now. I love it. I can fit it in a cargo pocket. But now, Brandy, let's take a step away from just these cheap handhelds, right? The $100 ones. You also have a Steam Deck, which is basically a PC, a gaming PC in your hand. You have a Switch 1, a Switch 2. You have a PlayStation Portal. You've got a ROG, I guess it's a ROG Ally, which is based on Xbox. I know it's not officially an Xbox handheld, but we're back to those handheld console wars, plus all your retro handhelds. And now all these modern handhelds, plus analog. Analog makes probably one of the higher end handheld system with modules that you can change in and change out. And honestly, these cheap little sub $100 handhelds aren't bad with the digital built-in. Yes, I did say that. The digital built-in is nice. But just to take on the road, because I don't want to take games and lose my games. So I'm okay with taking digital with this. Oh, do you remember this one? This one was the small one. Do you remember this one that came out? You might even have that.
Which one?
It's this small handheld that it's kind of weird looking right here. The yellow. I can't make it any. Let me see if I can click on it, make it bigger. I forget which one it is, but you can see here. I watched Metal Jesus. He did a review of it the one time.
Oh, I don't know.
Somebody know what that's called? Somebody put it in the chat room. Panic made it. I just can't think of the name of the handheld.
Yeah, there's like so many different ones. It's hard to keep
Was
up.
it called the Play?
I have some little tiny ones. But
what
not
was
like
it called?
No.
Play Day, or somebody tell me. Play Date. Yes, Jason. That's what it is. It's the Play Date. Yes.
I'm not sure.
I couldn't remember what it was. That's what it is. It's the Play Date.
Huh.
Metal Jesus reviewed it, and I remember seeing that. I thought that was interesting. I wasn't interested in buying it, but I thought that was pretty cool. But I don't know. It's just kind of weird. Like, you look back and you look at all these games, and I remember the big argument. And you guys in the chat room, tell me if I'm wrong. But I remember when handhelds like Nintendo games started coming out, Nintendo Game Boy, Game Gear, TurboGrafx. My parents' argument was, well, we can buy you Nintendo cartridges for $30, Now they want black and white games that are Game Boy for $30 or $40 or $50. That was the big debate among parents back in the day, Brandy, was trying to justify buying their kid a portable game for their portable gaming system. Did you run into that problem?
Yeah, it was like really just like birthdays and holidays. Like I would get a new, I guess, game pretty much. So like I would play these games like to the very end and just play and play and play and play. And then we did a lot of like yard sailing and thrifting and you know, we didn't have money, so
But did they say to you, like, why would you want us to buy you a portable game for your birthday when we could buy you one for your N64? Did you get that
like
argument?
back and forth. Yeah, like the consoles versus that.
Yeah.
No, I think it was they would kind of like ask what I would want, and like obviously like the Pokemon stuff was like real big, so I would get the handheld Pokemon games. But then eventually I would do like a shift. I'd be like, all right, I'm playing through these cartridge games over here on my Nintendo 64, and I want what my friend across the alley has. And we would like end up trading games and stuff like that. But sometimes I would want something. So we would get those Toys R Us big booklets for Christmas.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
And I took a marker and I would circle everything. So like I might only have a couple handheld games circled, but I would circle like every Nintendo 64 game and then every GameCube game, and like I would circle all that stuff. And then I guess they would pretty much like pick and choose, like, all right, let's get one over here and then like a cheap or something here, or let's get a couple over here, and then, you know, if she gets money, we can go to Toys R Us or Kmart or KB Toys, and then I would pick up whatever cheaper one that, you know, they didn't get or that wasn't in stock.
Do you guys remember, short detour from our subject, you guys remember a couple of weeks ago I mentioned about that little hidden gem that I found in my local town?
Yeah.
The Bomb City Sports. Well, they're actually here in the chat room. I want to say welcome to them. Budget was everything. Cool. Once the Game Boy was outdated was when I really got to enjoy it, the early DS days. Yes, that was a huge thing. If you guys are in Eastern Ohio or if you're anywhere near, check them out. Bomb City Sports. They're here in my hometown in Hubbard. They have a Facebook page. I don't know if they do anything where you can buy it online. Maybe he can confirm that in the chat room. But yeah, that was a big thing, Brandy, growing up. Was my parents used to say to us, well, if you get a Nintendo game, you're going to get one game, and if we want a Game Gear game, you might get 2 or 3 games, because some of them are priced back in the day. They were what, $20. Some of them are $29. But then we'd find Nintendo games that were like $20. So it made it tough for us because, it was hard to build the collections of games. Then you had to think like, okay, and this was kind of weird, but when I was growing up, I'd sit there and go, okay, how many trips do I have this month? Or how many times am I going to go to my friend's house this year, right? Or between now and Christmas. And my birthday's over, and that's the only time I got games was Christmas and my birthday, and sometimes Easter.
Yeah, sometimes.
And I'd be like, okay, between now and Christmas, okay, I'm going to use my Nintendo more. So then I'd ask for a game on my birthday that was for the Nintendo. But if I knew I had a bunch of trips or I was going to be like a friend's house and stuff and I wanted to take my Game Gear, because sometimes, I don't know how your parents were, sometimes they didn't let me take my games. They were worried that they were going to get stolen or scratched or broken or so they were like, nah, you got to leave it at home. That kind of sucked.
Yeah, I'm looking at someone, I doubt they're watching, but still pretty upset about my Spice Girl Barbie going missing, and they magically got the blue color that I had.
Wow.
Looking at you, Ashley.
Woo!
It caused a whole fight. Like this
man
got into a whole fight with this like childhood best friend because she had the red Spice Girl clothing and I had the blue Spice Girl clothing one. And,
nice.
Magically, she had a red and a blue, and I was missing the blue. So what happened there? You told me.
Wow.
Yep, that was a wild time, but no, that did happen. You had to worry about that.
You had to worry about it.
My brother actually got my Game Boy Color with my Pokemon game stolen. He borrowed my handheld, and he borrowed my Pokemon games, and he got them stolen at his karate class because he put them in the little cubicle where you put like your shoes at when you go in there, and they all got stolen. So I was heartbroken because he was like, I will never let anything happen to these, and they all got stolen.
Daryl's like, look at Brandy throwing some shade out there.
Yeah, Ashley.
Yeah, I mean, talk about name drops. Not like we're name dropping Ashley.
Yeah, Ashley.
Yeah, Ashley.
No one knows. There were like 5 Ashleys all on the same.
No,
box.
it's just
you don't
it's
know
just
which
funny.
one it is.
Because even the chat room, you got Chase over here going, Ashley, come on, Ashley.
Yeah, we got it back, but we had some beef for a little while, and I was upset because I couldn't go over and play her Fighting Force 64 on the Nintendo 64.
All right, before we get into what we've been playing this week, I want to ask everybody to put it in the chat room. What was your favorite handheld game title? No matter what system, maybe it's a Tiger Electronic, maybe it's one of those Mattel handhelds, but what was your favorite game that was in handheld form? Maybe it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for Game Boy. Maybe it was Sonic for Game Gear. What was your favorite? What was your go-to game for these road trips growing up? I want to know in the chat room. Brandy, what was your go-to game? Since you didn't really grow up in the Tiger era, what was your go-to game on that Game Boy?
Yeah, I'm just thinking like probably Kirby's Dream Land. Like the music, it was just calming in the car ride, and then when I beat the game, I think that one stands out. Obviously, like Pokemon and stuff, but I'm telling you, Kirby's Dream Land. Like
Kirby's Dream Land. That is a good game.
That was a ton of fun. That was like my first probably of like what I actually played through and beat to the end.
We got Donkey Kong from on the Game Boy from CNC Games, and we've got let's see here, Protos X. He says Kirby Pinball. So you had and that's also Game Boy. Hang on a second. We've got Cleveland Gaming Classic, Super Mario Land. That is one of the
that's classic.
That is a really good. I still play that to this day. Very, very good. Ernest, he says the original Game Boy. What game? What game, Ernest? Hit us with one of your favorite games.
Tetris. He says.
Oh, did he say Tetris? Okay, cool. It did come in. All right. Tetris is good. I love playing that on the Game Boy. I still play it to this day. Yeah, Jordan versus Bird on the original Game Boy. Okay. Nice. All right. We've also got over in my chat room. I'll come back over to yours here in a minute. We got Tetris on the Game Boy with Daryl. Bomb City says, thank you for the shout out. Been highly enjoying the channel. Best handheld was probably the PSP with Tony Hawk Underground. I knew you'd find favor in that. Yes.
I love that game. I can beat anyone in that game. Their high score.
My wife's in the chat room and she says Echo the Dolphin. Her and Stephanie, I think, are in sync somewhere in there.
Oh man.
Echo the Dolphin.
Stephanie hates Echo the Dolphin.
I know, that's why I just I think it's funny.
She's like, this is not what I remember as a kid.
Mellow Shy. I know Mellow Shy, he sent in a video, but he says my favorite handheld game is the Majors Baseball on Sega Game Gear. Yeah, that was a good game. I had that one as well. Let's see here. Mine was Bonks from the TG Express. That is one of my favorites now. Actually, I like Bonks 3 on that Air Zonk. Castle of Illusion, Mickey's Castle of Illusion for Game Gear. All right. I was lucky and had the Express. Yeah, not many kids I knew growing up. Did you know anybody that had the Turbo Express? I didn't know many.
I didn't know anyone.
V-Rally 3 for Virtual Rally 3, I think it was, for Game Boy Advance.
Nice.
Jason says Pokemon Puzzle. I thought we'd have a lot of Pokemon, but he had it for the Game Boy Color. Pokemon Yellow for Nathan. Yeah. Mario Kart DS on Master Games Guru.
Okay.
Pokemon Pinball. I heard that was a good game. I've not played that.
The advanced one. Yep. that one.
for
Yeah.
Ruby and Sapphire. And then Ernest comes back and he says, Hillary Clinton playing Game Boy Tetris picture iconic.
Yeah,
Well,
there's a lot of
there's a lot of
ones with
celebs, yeah.
celebrities where they're playing like the different games and stuff like Dreamcast and the GameCube launch, like both of those. There's so many pictures.
Another Super Mario 1 land. Tom said that from Cleveland, and another Super Mario Land 1 on the original Game Boy. So if you like these types of episodes, this is what we do live when we're at these conventions, and we're going to do something similar to this when we were at the Cleveland Gaming Classic. So, except you get prizes for this. But I thought somebody would say Wario Land. I really liked Wario Land on the Game Boy. I know he's the bad guy, but that one, and honestly, for the time, Brandy, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the Game Boy, the first one, was probably the best Turtles that came out at the time, even better than the NES version, the very first one.
Those are good games.
What was it, the Fall of the Foot Clan? Is that what it was called for Game Boy?
Yeah, and then they have the sewer...
I don't know if I have that one.
Something.
I don't know if I have but the Fall of the Foot Clan, the original Ninja Turtles one, was actually better, in my opinion, than even the NES version. Mario Land 2, yeah, the golden coins, the 6 golden coins. I forget if that's the original title. Yeah, Tom's agreeing. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is solid too. I didn't like the original. I mean, it was the only Turtles that was out at the time, the original NES version. I mean, it's going back, it does not hold up.
It's hard to play now.
It really is hard to play. And everybody hated the water level, trying to get through and disarming the bombs, and but everybody could probably sing in their head. Like that tune just never gets old. I don't know. There's just different things that, like, even Shredder didn't really look like Shredder. I don't know. It just
it doesn't hit the same. Knowing what we know now.
I love the Turtles. I thought Turtles in Time. My brother and I loved that. But handheld.
Who is this?
Who's what? Oh yeah, Tetris. What does he say? Tetris, because it felt like I was building a wall. Oh boy.
Who is this person?
I don't know. It's
Who
kind of
are you? Show yourself.
We had Game Gear, and I thought Sonic Chaos was my favorite Sonic game for the Game Gear. And that was on top of Sonic 1 and Sonic 2. But Sonic Chaos was my favorite for the Game Gear. I was also into wrestling, so the Wrestling Steel Cage Challenge on the Game Gear was a fun game. It was actually better than the NES counterparts, and at the time, it was before WrestleMania, the arcade game, came out for both Sega and Super Nintendo. So those games were a lot of fun. And Joe Montana's NFL, I don't remember the year, but the first, not the first Joe Montana game, the second one, I want to say it was 94. So Daryl, you're going to have to correct me on that one, but it was by Sega Sports. The Joe Montana, the second one that came out, it had the pink. It said Game Gear on the side of the box. The box was white, and it had pink Game Gear. It was NFL Sports starring Joe Montana, I think it was, or it was when he was with the Chiefs. The first game that came out on the Game Gear, he was with the 49ers. But that second one was probably one of the best football games. I used to play that with my friends all the time. We do because they had a Game Gear, we'd link the cable, and we would play it. Oh, they were great. 94. I was right. I wasn't too far. Or did I say 96? Either way, I was close. I knew it was in the 90s sometime.
Nice.
And so, what I did want to show, if I can have the liberty to do so real quick. So I texted Brandy. I texted Marcus, because I know Marcus is a big shoe guy. Okay? I'm not very much a sneaker guy. Okay? But
yeah, this was wild.
I thought this was kind of cool. So I'm going to show you like an ancient photo. Back when I was 17 years old, I'm helping my cousin there. My cousin's now grown and married with 2 or 3 kids of his own. The one that's on the rope there. Those sneakers, if you guys remember, the Deion Sanders Nikes, that's what everybody called it back in 1996. They reissued them. Nike just reissued them, and I had to buy a pair. Because how many of you guys could say you own the same pair of sneakers that you had when you were 17 years old, and they remastered these or remade them or whatever? And like I said, I'm not really a sneaker guy, but I had been looking for, so I had to order them. So they're supposed to be here in the next day or two. Isn't that cool? If that's not nostalgia, Brandy, I don't know what is.
Yeah, when you sent that, I was shocked.
I saw them. I was like, well, like, I can't pass that up. I mean, come on now. Like, I just thought that was cool. I was showing my daughter. My daughter's like, no way. I said, no, I actually have a picture of it when I wore those sneakers back in, I believe it was 1997 I got them. They came out in 96. It was either 96 or 97 I got them. Maybe I got them right when they came out. As a Cowboys fan, Deion Sanders, I had to get them. And I thought they looked cool anyway. So Nikes were the thing back in the day. So I just thought it was cool to be able to buy a pair of sneakers that I had when I was a kid. Yeah, you like my jorts? That was the thing back in the day, man. Come on now. I wouldn't do that today. My wife would probably shoot me if I did that. Oh, I remember the LA Gear sneakers and the pumps. I had I think we all had pump sneakers. But that was good. Oh, NBA Jam. I had that for Sega Game Gear as well. He's on fire.
Yeah, I remember playing NBA Jam, but I also remember playing like some hockey game. I'll have to remember.
NHL 96. What, for Game Boy or for Game Gear?
No, something on Game Boy.
Man, that could be anything. I didn't grow up with Game Boy. I grew up with Game Gear.
But like, I didn't really.
That's
like,
a Daryl question.
Too much. I would kind of like play. I think they were more fun. The sports games were more fun on the consoles for me because I could like obviously play with people.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would say obviously my go-tos back in the day. I would play a lot of wrestling games, and then when Tony Hawk came out, I played every single Tony Hawk Pro Skater, Tony Hawk Underground. Like those were all. That's what I shifted to, like from there. But I did play like all the wrestling games all the way up through like the PlayStation. I'd say like 3 era, like in Xbox 360, and then after that, it kind of like dropped off a little bit.
Yeah, there's a lot of games we could sit here and go through one after the other the other.
All of them.
What we're going to do right now, we are going to take a quick break, and we're going to talk about, we come back, we're going to talk about what we're playing right now, and then we're going to get into the community, what you guys said. There's a few of you guys. In fact, there's one of you guys is on vacation right now, David B., on vacation, but he still sent in a video, Brandy. He wanted to get his get his opinion out, so we've got all that coming on. So stick around, grab a cup of coffee, grab a drink, whatever it is, whatever your preference is. Daryl says NHL 95 probably. That was one of the best NHL games.
Drink some water.
And grab some water, and we're going to come back, and we are going to talk about what we're playing right now. We'll be right back.
I think I need this game. I think I need this game. Oh, DuckTales 2. I think I'm going to take this game.
Wait, what?
And then I think
What are you doing?
What are you talking about?
What do you mean? What are you taking my games for?
Your games? Someone left the door open. This is all free.
Oh yeah, I left the door because you said you had to come down and get some stuff.
Yeah, but you have all this cool stuff. I want to take it.
Oh.
I need some of these for my collection so I can have duplicates.
Stephanie!
Look, DuckTales 2. So we are back at the Game Masters, having a great old time. Tired of waiting on my old co-host over there who just takes his time with everything, you know. So I have to be over here filming.
Excuse me. What are you doing here?
I was tired of waiting on you.
What do you mean you're tired of waiting on me? I'm over there eating. I'm tired.
Exactly. He's tired. He's
old.
I
am tired.
He's tired and old. Always waiting on you. I was talking to the people and telling them a little bit about the Game Masters, our setup here.
Tell me about our setup here.
This setup is taller than me. Let me tell you.
First time you're telling the truth all weekend.
What's that supposed to mean?
Hey, I'm just saying, it's convention season. You guys can make sure to follow us because we're going to be streaming live on her channel, my channel, and pretty much anywhere video can be found.
Exactly. So you get to see the Game Masters everywhere and in person now with our awesome setup here.
But even better, you get to watch her get beat live from the
Oh.
audience. So make sure you guys
There
tune
we
in
go.
as we bring you live coverage of all the conventions that we're at this year.
You know what? Maybe they should start playing you because I want to see if
I'm
you're
going back
any
to
better.
eating. Goodbye.
Oh, there he goes. That's what we're dealing with, folks. So thank you for watching.
Hey guys, today I want to talk about the Cleveland Gaming Class.
Hello, did you forget about me again? What
Why
is this?
do you keep
every single convention you forget about me?
You keep jumping in my videos.
Well, you leave your door unlocked. Anyone can just walk right in.
Are you ready to talk about Cleveland?
Yeah, Cleveland.
Man.
You guys should come on out to the Cleveland Gaming Classic.
Yes, it's going to be a lot of fun. In fact, it's in the Huntington Center this year. As you guys remember, it's been in the IX Center all these years.
I know. I've never seen the other place.
So it'll be a lot of fun. That's coming up in September. That's actually mid-September. We're going to be going to Cleveland. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And you folks in Cleveland, you're going to get to see the brand new Game Masters stage set.
That's insane. You guys do
Yes.
not want to miss this. Tons of craziness going on. Always a great time in Cleveland. And just so much fun.
And since she thinks she's so good at gun games, because you guys remember on the podcast, she talked about how good she was at gun games.
Well, I'm a good aimer.
Well, we're
Get
going to
it?
find out how good aimer she is. With Gamer Aimer on Time Crisis 3 on the PS2. You guys better practice up because we're going to do some challenges for giveaways to see if you can beat Gamer Aimer.
Well, I'll let you guys win, okay?
Oh,
We'll just
here
go
we
ahead.
go.
'Cause
It's
he
gonna
can't
go-
beat anyone.
It's
you
going to
know?
go as good as the trivia. Anyways, we're going to have that. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be streaming it live like we always do. And we're going to have giveaways and all kinds of fun stuff. So make sure you come on out to the Cleveland Gaming Classic in September.
And we'll see you there.
All right. So we are going to talk about, I don't know, what game are you playing here? Tell me about this.
Yes, so I actually just got this from Limited Run Games, and I have not been able to stop playing. So I grew up playing this at Ashley's house.
Another
that Barbie.
Ashley putting you on blast.
Yeah, but this was I like the first one obviously better than the second one, but this is a collection that they did, and of course because this is one of my childhood favorite games on the Nintendo 64, Fighting Force 64. You could have played it on the PlayStation, but this one right here was a beat 'em up.
I love
And
beat
you
'em
can play a
ups.
Smasher, who's the big guy. He's like the clunky. I have the action figures of these too.
They had action
you can play-
figures?
Yeah, they did. They have Hawks, they have Smasher, they have Alana, and they
No
have Mace.
way.
You could play, you know, whichever character you wanted to, and we would go through, me and Ashley, and we would try and beat this game. And like this elevator level, it's like they just kept spawning and spawning and spawning, like these classic ones. And I love it. And like this is how in my head I envision how it looked. Like it does look a lot better than like however I guess.
Oh, yeah. Well, of
remember
course, it was
on the Nintendo
remastered. Yeah.
64. But like I love it. I love how like the Switch has so many of these like retro throwbacks like coming back. They're making these games like way more playable, and they're just like keeping those moments and memories alive. And that's a game I played on vacation too. So it all fits in.
It all
I
fits
remember
in.
bringing my Nintendo 64 on vacation, and when I went on little vacations to Ashley's house, you know. If she does see that,
That
she's
would
gonna
be
like-
hilarious if she actually
She's
sees
gonna be
it.
like, it was one time. Yeah. Mhm.
So not to, I know we're supposed to get up to 90 degrees
Oh,
next
wow.
week at some point, 88 and 90 degrees, but my daughter brought me a nice pumpkin donut that they have now at Dunkin' Donuts. So I just wanted to make everybody jealous by showing everybody. They have the
Wow.
pumpkin donuts out.
Yeah, Stephanie loves pumpkin stuff, so.
Yeah. So, I have been playing. Unfortunately, I have to play this on the Neo Geo CD, but I've been playing Magician Lord because this game is
Okay.
You want to rage quit? This is the game that you play. This game is
Yeah.
super tough. I am getting prepared because this Friday, Brandy, that's why there's no video that dropped, because I will be doing an unboxing from the JP Fans haul that I got, which is the Neo Geo AES system. I actually get this delivered, assuming FedEx don't screw up and delay it, but this is what I'm going to be playing this weekend. I've got the multi-cart, my AES system's coming, my AES system, AES Plus is coming in November with 4 games. I am super excited because I never owned this system. I only have the Neo Geo CD, and I only have the Neo Geo X. So I am super stoked to play the AES system and play some of these games the way they were meant to be played.
Yep.
Play some Slug, Metal Slug X, play Magician Lord on there to see how it differs from Neo Geo CD. But this is a fun game as long as you can get past how hard it is. But that's one thing I could say. These were definitely quarter munchers in the arcade. If you've ever played them. So Magician Lord for the Neo Geo, and I actually did pre-order that for the AES Plus, Brandy. So it'll be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm
here.
curious to see how you like all that. Like, I'm curious to see when you do your video.
I am a noob when it comes to Neo Geo. I only know enough to be dangerous. Like I said, anything I've learned by watching Neo NES and different investigations that I've done myself on things. But I really, for the last couple of years, Ness will tell you, I've been looking at, I wanted to get an AES system, and I'm like, I just can't pull the trigger on it. Opportunity came up for a sponsorship on this video, and they ended up, we worked out a negotiation to where I could get this, and, it worked out. So other times it was just like, and then they came out with the AES Plus, Brandy.
Yeah, and then it's just like
that was a no-brainer. So it's like, yeah, man, $250 for a brand new system, and then $90 for games. Like, come on. So
you can't beat that, especially when they're like near or next to impossible to get. And like,
yeah,
I don't have money for the originals.
No, and I just want to play the games. I'm not worried about like if they're not worth more than $90. I don't care. I just want to play the games. So I'm looking forward to that. So there will be a video dropping either Saturday. Or I don't want to do it on Sunday, but it'll be Saturday or Monday. My goal is to get it Saturday, get it all edited on Friday after I do because I have to do it for the unboxing. It's part.
We'll be waiting.
It's part of the deal. Hey, I've been on it like even last time. I will get it. So it'll be a lot of fun. We're gonna get that. We're gonna get that going, and I just want to see how it's gonna be. This is gonna be like a new experience. People are gonna get to see like my initial reactions to playing this. In a future video, not in this one. This one's just going to be kind of like my experience using JP Fans and like the unboxing of it. And probably the first turn on. I want to make sure it works before I say, oh yeah, my experience was yada, 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 yada. And
yeah, you got to make sure
everything works, and we're going to do it on camera. So, all right. Now, let's take a look at what you guys said, a bunch of you guys from the community, about what you said about what you take on your road trips. And, see what games that you actually picked.
Did you see the door anywhere?
What are you looking for?
Well, there's supposed to be, you said you wanted us to check out the game room, but I don't see a door anywhere.
Not here, not this game room.
Not this game. Well, where are we
They're
going?
supposed to send us their game room clips.
Oh.
We're supposed to check it out online.
Why didn't you tell me that?
I just thought you'd figure it out. You're supposed to use your brain and think a little bit.
Well, I mean, I saw... All right, anyways, so if you guys want to be featured on the Game Masters on a Wednesday night, we love seeing game rooms.
I love game rooms.
I know you do.
I tried to take over your game room.
And she actually stole one of them. We'll get to that another time. But anyways, check it out. Send us in your game room so we can check it out because, well, she'll come by your house and steal stuff from you.
I'll take it over. It could be my game room too. So I want to see what you guys got going on.
So she can steal it from you.
What are your thoughts?
That's a great question. That's a great question. Yeah.
We'd love to hear from you.
Hey guys, it's Daryl again. As we used to travel around a lot with my Game Boy when I was a kid. I had it for a very long time. I enjoyed it, but it was a pain in the butt if you didn't have the light for it. Even if you had a Game Gear, those batteries didn't last very long back in the day. You only get maybe 3-4 hours out of that thing if you're lucky on a road trip going through. And it's time involved, especially once you get to the Switch and Switch 2. It's become super easy nowadays just to travel with that thing and enjoy it. As great as time is, I both sitting right here, Switch Lite and my Game Boy. I still play both of them a lot. But, you know, I try to take my Switch Lite with me to a lot of places I go on vacation. Just easier and smaller to take with me instead of my Switch 2. You know, kids nowadays really have it really easy. I'm glad they do. But, man, it wasn't easy back in the day. All right, this is Daryl signing off. Have a good one, man. Hope to see you guys soon.
Hey, are we there yet? No, not yet. We still got 45 minutes left. Oh. Hey, I need some batteries. I think I need some batteries. Well, how many batteries do you need? Six. Six? 6 batteries? Hey, what's up, guys? So the Game Masters put out the topic of the week. Are we there yet? Gaming on vacation, then versus now. Well, back in the day, I would play my Game Gear on a road trip on the way to well, not really a vacation, but I live, my family, we live about 45 minutes away from the nearest biggest city. And so a round trip, it'd be like 45 minutes there, 45 minutes back. So that's about 2 hours. And so I would play like Sonic 2, NBA Jam, Power Rangers, something like that. So yeah, I'll play the Game Gear or the Game Boy. So, you know, in the skit, as you saw, you know, sometimes you'll go through batteries and it's like, you tell your parents like you need 6 batteries. It's like, what? That thing needs 6 batteries? So yeah, but those were the days, you know. Now, as an adult, I would take my Switch, and I think the Switch is probably like the best console to take on the road with you because it's so like easy to take with you. Whether you want to bring the dock with you or just bring it handheld, I think the Switch is probably like the best for that. So yeah, but yeah. So let me know in the comments what games you would take or what games you would bring on the road with you on the way to a vacation or a road trip or something like that. And, you know, let's talk about it. Let's continue to talk about it in the comments. And for this week only, this is Mellow World 360, and I'll see you in a 360.
Hey Game Masters, this is David B69, and I gotta give you a lot of compliments. Just the title of this week's episode, Are We There Yet? Gaming on Vacation Then and Now. It's a great topic. I think that's a topic that is spot on, and it is long overdue, to be honest. It's a topic that I have gone through many travels, and yeah, back in my day, it makes me really feel old even saying that. I know I'm old, but you really feel old when you say it. And you're saying, it's like, oh, what did I have? It's like I had these little things from Mattel. For a lot of the times, it was like either the Mattel baseball and the Mattel basketball and the Mattel soccer. And Mattel football, of course. But it's like my favorite one. It's like, actually, like, it's hard to believe, but this is like my favorite one was, electronic baseball. And you can see it from Sears. And it's like, I still have it in good shape. And you can see it is like, it comes with, if you have a second player, you have a pitcher. So basically you can have it choose and stuff and everything, automatic or manual. So manual is basically a second player, and that second player will basically do everything for you. If you have it on auto and you're going against the CPU, it's pretty much boom, 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 boom. But it's like with the going up against somebody else, it's like really, really cool. And it's not just attached to this. It literally like slides right out, and it's like having your own little controller. And yeah, this is mine. This is my actually one growing up. So it's like I have had this thing since its inception. I think, I mean, it might have been early 80s this thing came out. I am not 100% sure. It was a long time ago. But I did used to take it on road trips with me. Me and my brother would be in the back seat of the car, and we would be playing this game. Because it's just something that we could do together. Use I think it was like AA batteries. Yeah, I think you can read that and everything. Yeah, it's size AA batteries. Yeah, and it's like I said, I kept it in pretty good shape. And it's like it still works today and everything. I haven't played it in years upon years. But that's what I used to play. I mean, I used to play with these things, little dots and stuff. Now kids today and everything are using like Switch 2, on portable vacations. They used to, my kids, when they were like pretty much their teenage years, they grew up with, on road trips, we had DVD players in the car. So they weren't always gaming, but we've had a GameCube in the car. We've had a PlayStation 2 in the car. And they were able to hook it up to our televisions in there. So it really wasn't, they were really heartbreaking and everything on a long road trip because they could pretty much play what they would play at home on the trip. But they did also have like Vitas and other things that they could take with them. Generally, when I was at where we were at and everything, we used to go to vacation at the beach all the time. I would basically put down the portable device, and I would basically be at arcades on the boardwalk in Ocean City, New Jersey, because that's where I grew up. I mean, that's basically what we did. There was several arcades on the boardwalk. We used to ride our bikes, go there, and basically chain lock our bikes and go on and play in these arcades for hours. And we didn't always have the money to play. A lot of times we were just sitting there watching other people play and gaining strategy and trying to figure out. They had a lot of these games that were the newer games, like Dragon's Lair. They had televisions on top of the screen of the device for the arcade, so you could actually watch a little bit better. They did this also with Punch Out. When they had the arcade Punch Out game, they actually put the big screen on top of it. It just helped other people watch it, where you didn't feel like somebody was right over your shoulder. So it was kind of nice and stuff in that manner. But yeah, so that's what I did. So I am on vacation, people. I just basically wanted to throw that out there and so I'm not going to be seeing this live. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be there with you guys to hear this topic, but I'm going to be watching probably on replay if I can't watch it live. But I just wanted to comment on the subject matter because I think it's really, really cool. Anyways, have a great week, everybody. Take care. Peace. I'm out.
All right. So before we talk about what we liked and what we didn't like, David, I know you're on vacation. I used to love your videos. At least used to love the ones that you'd send in until this one. This video that you sent in, it proves to me that we're on two different sides here. If you're watching this and wondering what I'm talking about,
boo.
Now we can't be friends anymore because we're on opposite ends of the field. So I just wanted to say I'm not very happy that you would promote that ugly green team from Philadelphia on one of our videos. I just want to say
Oh man, here we go, all you sports fans.
No, great video, David, and Mellow Shy Man jumping out there, Brandy.
I loved
it was a
it.
great skit.
I loved it because I didn't watch it ahead of time, like I usually do. I have physical therapy and stuff, so I didn't get a chance to. But I liked it.
I thought it was good. Yeah.
Then the back. I mean, it was like reliving kind of how it was. Like, are we there?
But he brought up a good point.
Batteries?
Something we didn't talk about was the batteries, right? Batteries, man, trying to find batteries for those handhelds back in the day were like 6 AA batteries, or I mean, mostly every single one, and they only lasted like an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Crazy.
Man, so if you guys haven't already, Mellow Shy in the chat room, he is on Instagram. He's always putting out some great content. He's always giving shout outs unselfishly to different creators on Instagram and all the other platforms. Make sure you guys go over and give him a follow. Very, very cool that you put that together for the show tonight, and it's on Instagram as well. Brady, I thought it was awesome. That was top notch.
Yeah, I like that.
I
love the sports fans and the better to be an Eagles fan than a Cowboys.
Oh, I knew I'd be opening myself up to everything here. Oh, I know. Listen, just because we haven't been relevant in the last 30 years, at least you could say if we actually win one of these years, like you could honestly say we've earned it. Okay. Nowadays when we go thrifting, I go thrifting for Cowboys stuff because that's about the only place you're going to find it, because Cowboys fans are used to disappointment. We're used to getting beat and losing, and yeah, it's depressing. I don't want to talk about it. This is supposed to be a fun show. But yeah, absolutely. Great videos, guys, that you sent in. Even you, David, even you. I thought it was interesting that David had one of the originals for the baseball. And that's again, I'm still looking for those just to put into the collection, just to have, because I played them when I was a kid.
Yeah, they're like cheap enough. I'll keep an eye out because sometimes I see like a whole box of them.
Oh boy, here comes the Go Pittsburgh chance. Which reminds me, if you haven't seen it already, you need to go watch our video. I don't know if I had it. Didn't we play it last week?
Yeah, we played it last week because we have some upcoming conventions, guys.
We
okay?
do. Let me see if I have it in here.
I know you have some words to say, but not this weekend, but next weekend, I'll be in Raleigh, North Carolina
For
the
what?
Game and Geek Expo.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So the Game and Geek Expo, you guys know Chasen in the chat room, great guy, until he rescinded my invitation. Oh yes, he asked me to come out, and I said, well, because of work and everything. But do you think that maybe he would have extended the invitation to say, oh, hey, come out on Saturday. We'll fly you down here. We'll put you up in a hotel. No. We'll just rescind your invitation. We don't got room for you anymore, Tech Buzz. Next year. And then I woke up from the dream. It was a bad dream. Chasen's not that like that. I was like, man, that's just a weird. Do you ever have a dream like that?
You're having those nightmares over there.
Man.
He had to give you a hard time. He had to give you a hard time.
He did.
Were texting, and he was like, "Watch this. I'm going to get him all."
I wanted to get him all riled up. That was the whole point. No. I'm looking forward to living vicariously through Brandy. Hopefully next year, we can get to go down there. We've already been talking with him about this year. It didn't work for me because of work schedules and everything. They like I told you before, they say unlimited PTO, but that's a joke. I wish we could have. It would have been a lot of fun to do it, but I had to give him crap. I don't even know if he's in the chat room yet. He'll probably come back and watch this later.
I thought he was here.
That
I was waiting for him to be like, wait, I never did that. And then he said it was just a dream. I was waiting for him. He must have.
It was a joke, but we do have we do have a convention coming up that after Cleveland that we're going to be. Well, you're going to be at Game and Geek after Cleveland, right?
No,
or is that
Game
before?
and Geek first.
Game and Geek first, then Cleveland,
Then Cleveland.
then...
Okay, guys, welcome back. We're going to talk to you a little bit about the upcoming event. Maybe I can get through this without being interrupted by somebody. So, coming up October 2nd through the 4th, we have the Pittsburgh Gaming Classic.
Go Pittsburgh!
Didn't you learn your lesson yet?
I am telling you, if you leave the door open, people will just show up. And it's Pittsburgh, so go Pittsburgh! We want to see you guys out at the Pittsburgh Gaming Expo this year. You guys have to see it. Go Pittsburgh!
She's going to get us thrown out of Pittsburgh yet. Anyways,
go Pittsburgh!
We're going to do a competition there also with the new
Pittsburgh!
The new Game Master stage where you get to
go Pittsburgh!
Where you get to challenge Gamer Ahmer and test her aim with the Time Crisis 3. So we're going to be giving out prizes, courtesy of Stone Age Gamer, and a bunch of other stuff. So you definitely want to
go Pittsburgh!
Get your tickets now while you can.
All right. So, yes, we're going to be in Pittsburgh, Brandy's favorite place, and hopefully...
Go Pittsburgh!
Hopefully we don't get kicked out this time.
Go Pittsburgh!
You know, you have a tendency to interrupt people when they're doing that.
Go Pittsburgh!
Oh, you're never gonna live that one down. Maybe you'll find some handhelds down there.
Oh, I gotta be very mindful. I cannot say. So when you're in Pittsburgh and you're from Baltimore, you are a Ravens fan. You cannot say, okay, let me just put this out there. You cannot say that Pittsburgh sucks. Because everyone will turn and glare at you like they're going to attack you.
We had
safety.
We had a full panel. If you guys go back and watch it, it was from Pittsburgh, 2 years ago? 3 years? 2 years ago.
Yeah,
it was 2 years ago. And we're sitting and I thought Destination Switch Video Game Votary, I thought he was going to jump on my lap. Because when Brandy was sitting to the right of him at the time. And they're all Baltimore Ravens fans, and she's like, "Boo Baltimore!" or "Boo Pittsburgh!" And then she's like, "Go Baltimore!" And they all, everybody stopped in their tracks, literally.
Yeah, I was scared.
They literally stopped, it was almost like the music stopped, everything stopped, and they all looked at Brandy, and she's like, "Go Pittsburgh!" And we were all dying, Destination Switch. I'm not kidding you. He got over. He's like, "Yo, we gonna get killed here."
Yeah, apparently they can't take a joke, okay?
Oh, yeah. Pittsburgh is Pittsburgh is not as bad as Philly fans. Philly fans are probably the worst. Daryl remembers that, too. Yeah, we were scared for you because the rivalry.
And that one lady's face, her eyes, I could just tell in her eyes.
I know you're not a huge sports fan, but the Ravens and the Steelers are kind of like the Cowboys and the Eagles.
No, I know that. I've been to a lot of games.
You know.
I used to be, and they are like rivals. But we were joking. I just thought the crowd would understand. People don't understand. Okay, they take that stuff as fighting words.
Yeah, and you were you almost got us thrown out of Pittsburgh. And we were on the outskirts. Imagine if we were in the city of Pittsburgh. Oh, my goodness.
It would have been real bad.
But no, it was really cool to see a lot of these guys and hear a lot of these guys, their portable excursions and everything like that. Guys in the chat room, we appreciate everybody coming out here. And I know there's been a lot of requests, Brandy, to get the topics earlier to people because that way they can weigh in on this until... And I'm like, well, sometimes we don't get the topic till Monday or something, but if you guys got a topic right now.
Yeah, what's our topic for next week so I can make a graphic earlier?
Put it in the chat room because, again, this is why it's called the Game Masters. We're all working together. You guys are throwing, you tell us what you want us to talk about. We can pull topics like we just did with this one, but we also want to make sure it's something that you guys, you want to hear about. This is what makes this podcast different from everybody else because we talk about things not everybody else talks about. And we want it to be community focused in what you guys would like us to talk about because, it just makes it fun. Well, at least, hey, there is a Cowboys fan in the chat room, it looks like. Insane D Gamer. I knew I liked him.
Boo,
so
Cowboys.
we got that. Free pizza at Geek Game and Geek
Game and
Expo.
Geek Expo.
There you go.
I want to get more people riled up. I'm just gonna boo every team now.
No, don't do that.
Boo,
Don't do that.
Pittsburgh.
No, don't do that.
Pittsburgh sucks. I'm gonna do that in Pittsburgh and see what happens this time.
What if we talked about? We could get into this. What if we talked about next week, since we're rolling into heavy convention season? Next week is Game and Geek. Is that what you said?
Yep, next weekend.
Maybe we start talking about, like, we're going into Game and Geek, and then we have Cleveland, and then we have Pittsburgh, and then we have a special event that we're not going to talk about yet, but it's coming up that we're going to be doing together.
Yeah, because maybe we could, like, I'm just spitballing some ideas, but like maybe like what we look for at conventions, or what we like to do at conventions, or I don't know, like something that like makes conventions stand out.
Planning the ultimate convention experience.
Yeah.
What do you think, guys?
Because every convention's different, so you got to map it all out. We could talk about this, okay?
We could talk about, yeah. And then if you guys are going to these conventions, you can come back and say, well, we tried what you guys said. You can talk about, like, hey, you know,
yeah, so
we tried what you said
tips.
and it worked. This is what we ended up scoring because we listened to the advice that you given.
Yeah, we could get some tips for it, because some people here have been to conventions that we haven't been to, and certain things work at certain conventions, certain things don't work at other conventions. So,
the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. Hey, listen,
I've never been yet. I'd love to go.
Yeah, if you know somebody there that you can get us an invite, we'd be glad to try to go. Depending on what it is, so I can at least get off of work and put in my time for it. Daryl also says your favorite store you used to go to get games when you were a kid. So we could use that as a topic too. That's a great topic.
Yeah.
We could put that in.
Take a picture of that.
Oh yeah, we could talk. So Brandy's one tip when she goes to conventions, I'll pull it up on screen right here. You guys don't even have to go look far for it. Brandy looks for Retro Rick. Retro Rick!
Yeah, and then I bid against him, so he doesn't get the item that he really wants. That's what we do.
No. You go, Ricky. Oh, Retro Rick, take a picture with me.
And then when he comes out and films my game room that you guys won't see for like another year, we talk about all the things that I got from him that we bid against each other.
Okay, so Reading Rambo says, I have never been, but he says, this year I am going to, and I can ask for you guys. Awesome.
Very nice.
Now Phoenix Game on Expo in January. Man, that'd be another one I'd like to go to. I know you've been to that one. I like Gamester 81. I'd love to go check that out. We're gonna see John. He's down in he's going to Pittsburgh this year. So maybe we'll get a chance to talk to him and
go Pittsburgh.
And who knows? We might be at a convention near you anyways, but talk John Hancock. Well, a lot of times it's nicer if it comes from fans, honestly, rather than other
I don't want to like
YouTubers.
Have beg for us.
No,
like, I don't wanna...
we want it to be something like, if you guys request us, then they investigate, and then they go, oh, well, we can invite these guys out.
Yeah.
There's a question for you from CC Games. Brandy, are you going to Rick's convention? Yeah, are you going to Retro Rick's? No, you won't be, because
it's the same time, I think, as something else.
Yeah, that's that thing that we're going to be doing, yeah.
If we weren't doing that, I would probably try and go out there.
We both tried, we both were talking about possibly next year, seeing if we could make something like that happen, honestly.
Yeah.
Don't be dissing my girl Brandy, Tech Buzz.
Who is this person?
That's Retro Rick Dizzle.
Who are these people?
I don't know, but it's hilarious. That's all I got to say. Anyways, we've kept you guys long enough. It's coming up here on 10 o'clock. Brandy, do you have any games, videos that you are going to be doing this week? I know you released one today. Why don't you talk about that one?
Yeah, I just released one. So this is like footage from like last year and footage from this year. So I
So you're like Retro Rick. I mean,
no, that I found footage that like I never posted because I like only bought one thing the one time I went, and then I was like, that's not really like a good video. So then I went back another time and I bought some more stuff. So then I just put all the footage together and I made a video and called it a day. But it was a fun time. It's a toy store, but there were video games and there was video game related stuff. And I bought some video game stuff. And I actually got it really underpriced charting, under eBay, everything. Because it's a toy store. They don't price video games like video game stores do. So like some of their stuff is super cheap. And I've bought like Sunset Riders, like the box from them. I bought all kinds of video game stuff in the watches and stuff. Like I've bought all kinds of actual great quality video game stuff from them because they had really good deals. So yeah, I posted that in this chair. You know, I still have to get that video out, but I have been loving this chair, the heat, the massaging, the cooling. I've had the heat on pretty much this whole time with the massage. It feels pretty good. So you know, I'll have to get a video on that. And then I've been going to the thrift store and look what I got. I got a boombox.
oh, that's cool.
These go for like a couple $100. This was $15.99, but I had a coupon and I paid like $11 for it. This is from 2005, a SpongeBob. It works, and the bass on here. It's a CD player. So, like, legit, pretty cool.
That's pretty sweet.
I found also at the thrift store, this is more video game related over here. I actually was missing this one for the set, and they had all of these here.
Move it over, move it over more toward the middle. There you go. There you go.
$20.
Oh, I used to have those from Burger King, the gold.
And I got the set of these. Like,
nice.
You cannot, you know, beat that at all. Like these from Burger King.
I used to have. I might even have a couple of the gold cards left. I know I don't have the balls.
Yeah, they were complete, and they were all it was 25% off as well. So like,
nice.
I got some really good deals at the thrift store. I've been killing it, and then I got like some displays.
Oh yeah, yeah.
In the bathtub.
I was just gonna say, you posted on Instagram. Did you see my comment?
Yeah, and Stephanie also put bathtub. Everyone's been putting bathtub. I just let you know it's not in the bathtub yet, so maybe I'll make a new outro video for here because I have to figure out where that standee's gonna go.
Hey, you all need to go look at my comment on Instagram on Brandy's standee that she got, and you all need to like mine because you know my comment is 100% accurate for that standee. Go over to her Instagram right now on your phones while you're listening to this. I'm telling you what, you'll agree with me. It's all it is she's putting it in the bathtub.
Whatever. It's not even in the bathtub yet.
Yet. It's probably still where you filmed it, but it's gonna be there by the end of this. By the end of this week, it's gonna be there.
And now I have to keep things clean, though. I got some exciting things possibly happening, but I have to keep everything clean. I cannot get back to hoarderish, keeping things on the floor. Things have to go in their place, okay? Things have to be good.
See, Mr. Gretzky goes, I hate when YouTubers milk conventions for months after the con is over. Oh, yeah, you can't. You got to get.
I always do my videos like that same week.
You got to get the video out right a week after it. Yeah. And I hate it too because I'm getting ready for the next con. You know,
like I have
don't
to
like that.
get all that.
I agree with you, brother. You're gonna need to make another bathtub ASAP. They're saying.
Yeah, I need another one.
So, but I said the same thing, guys. I've been waiting. My Neo Geo AES is supposed to be here on Friday, according to FedEx. As long as FedEx don't screw that up, it'll be here Friday, and I will be doing an unboxing that day. And I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna make sure it works. You get to see my experience through JP Fans. With it, and I want to get that posted because you guys loved the other video. I got a lot of views on it. Thank you so much, guys, for watching it. And see what my experience is because this is the first time I've ever gotten anything through JP Fans, and getting the Sega Neo Geo AES system is going to be like Christmas weekend for me. I'm going to be playing this, the game and checking out that multi-cart brandy that I got down there from Stone Age Gamer, and playing some of the games the way they meant to be played. I'm excited. I just hope it's here on time for the weekend so I get to play it.
Yeah, I'll be looking for that video. We all got to see that.
Yeah, because you guys got to see me play it for the very first time, and I think it'll be really cool so I can get it out. But I have to get it. I have to get it loaded with a ROM. And what I'm probably going to do is it comes with a free game. The multi-cart. So I'm gonna put the ROM on there that it comes with, just to play that game, just to get it up for the video, and then we'll get it up, and then I'll give I'll continue to give my opinions and thoughts having this thing, and then when the AES Plus comes out, Brandy, I can compare it from the original AES to the
that'll be
AES Plus from a noob standpoint, somebody that's not into it as heavy as like Neo NES or somebody like that. So I'm not becoming a Neo Geo,
because you're actually like getting the experience all around the same time.
I'm not a hardcore Neo Geo collector like Ness is. I want to play these games. That's why I want it. These are games that have eluded me as a kid, and these are games that I want to experience now outside of emulation and remakes on Switch and stuff. So this is a great opportunity to do that. So that video will be coming. It'll be filmed this weekend, so it's either going to release on Saturday or Monday. So we'll have that. So make sure you guys look for that. We really appreciate it. Let's continue the rolling for Brandy and I. Get those subscribers in. Share the videos out. That always helps us. Go in and comment, like it. All that good stuff.
If you see a bad comment on my video I just posted today, someone said, okay, this just came in. This is a hater. So if you guys want to go over to the comment and comment. In today's episode of Adults Buying Kids Toys, there is nothing cool about this. What is that? That's a hater.
And but you know what? It's probably coming from somebody who spends $50 to $100 every week going and buying booze at the drive-through booze dispensary, or it's one of those guys that are going and buying $300 worth of cigarettes every week, and likes to tell you, or lottery tickets, and try to tell you how you should spend your money,
how I should live my life,
and how you should live your life.
I literally bought a video
fit their
game,
narrative.
and I bought some vintage candy. It wasn't even toys. I didn't even buy all the toys. I just showed the toys.
If it makes you happy,
what
does it matter? It doesn't. Steve Rightway. I was talking to him about this too. Like people got to stop telling people how to spend their money. Like you go out and buy what you like. Like I don't sit there and tell Daryl like, oh, you shouldn't buy that. Why not be happy for somebody because they're buying something that they enjoy? Like, why do you got to leave comments like that? That's not even collective criticism.
And like little kids aren't even like buying some of the stuff that I get. So it's like, it's not like I'm taking it away from anyone. Like I used to play and enjoy the stuff. I'm going to buy the stuff. I'm sharing it. I'm reliving this experience, this happiness. Let me have my fun, okay?
My wife likes to go out and get her nails done. Her and my daughter, like, that brings them joy. She likes to go get coffee. That brings her joy. Like, don't take away somebody's joy. It's different if we didn't have the money for it. I'm like, but, if it brings you joy, what does it matter? Okay, it might not be for you. Just like there's a lot of people, even relatives of mine, who have said my wife should have thrown me out years ago because I have all this game stuff in the basement. But at the end of the day, my wife's like, well, there's a lot far worse things you could be doing. You could be out, gambling somewhere, or you could be out at a bar with half naked girls dancing around. Like there's a lot of things that you could be doing, but you'd rather have video games in your home. I know where you're at, like type of thing. Not that she doesn't trust me, but you know what I'm saying? Like when she was on,
there's like other things that you could be doing that are worse.
My wife went to a convention in South Carolina last weekend. She went with a couple other ladies. They were doing like some trainings and stuff. I took care of the kids, put the little one down for the bed. You know what I did? I played Fortnite. I got on some games that I wanted to play because that's what I did. That's what brings me joy. I wanted to do it. It's a great way to unwind because despite what people think, Brandy, you and I actually do play video games. I mean, we don't just leave them on our shelves. So
Fighting Force 64.
yeah. So I mean, listen, if that's what you want to do, if you like to buy lottery tickets, if that's your thing, even though you're a game collector, then buy lottery tickets if that's what makes you happy.
Yeah, I'm not going to
tell you what to do.
The world is so hard, okay?
Yeah.
Life is tough. So how are you going to take away the joy of someone else?
That's right.
When they're not hurting anyone. You know, it's like you're sucking the life out of this person, like the happiness. Like that is a messed up person where they care so much about other people. It's like this is what makes everyone happy, and no one should take away your happiness.
No, especially something like that. It's not like you're doing anything illegal.
Yeah.
Oh, now Chasen comes back. He missed.
Yeah, did he miss the comment?
You missed.
He needs to go back.
Chase, you need to go back. I made a comment after the videos. I called you out. It's totally. Yeah, you got to go back and watch it. It's probably. Everybody said 15, 20 minutes ago. You really need to go back and watch it. You have to skim back right after the videos. When we get done with the videos of the community. That's the best thing I can do when we're all done. So, but yeah, so that's what we got going on, guys. We really appreciate it. We always appreciate the comments that you guys leave, as well as tagging us and stuff, or commenting on our pictures. You know, Brandy, I've been putting a lot of these pictures out of my game room just to ask people, you know, what do they like in my game room? Just taking pictures of it, and people have really been enjoying them. I mean, the numbers are like kind of through the roof with them. People enjoying. Tell me what their favorite item is that's in the shelf. And I had a good dialogue with the one guy. He said Link was gatekeeping the Sega Saturn and Sega CD games, and I was like, no, you got it all wrong. Link is protecting the Sega Saturn and Sega CD games. And he's like, I like that. So we had a good dialogue on Threads about that. It was some fun times. So keep the comments coming. We love the comments. Even if you disagree with us, that's fine. But we like to keep everything kind of collective criticism and that sort of thing. So that's right. Play the games. Who cares what people think? All right, guys.
You guys are awesome. Love all the support.
Yes.
Root beer and pizza.
Next week, our 60th episode. 60.
Wow, we're getting old.
We are getting old.
That's almost as old as you.
Really? On that note, Brandy just got canceled. We'll see you guys next week. Have a great rest of your week. Enjoy Play-Doh's games. Let us know what games you're playing. We'll see you next week. Bye, if she's around.
Just keep going. Why did he have to stop?
He was like, I'm going to wait for you to start talking.
Are you done now? Or are you going to start talking again? Okay.
So many choices here. I can just go through my bathtub full of cardboard standees. What am I going to put out next? You're not supposed to be in here. No. There's nothing behind this curtain. There's nothing in my bathtub.
Occupied. I said it's occupied. What are you guys doing? I gotta go. You gotta go. The show's over. Go. I gotta go. Hey, Brandy, I'm gonna go use the restroom. I'll be right back.
All right. Steve from the Tech Buzz Gaming. Hey, look at me. I know tech stuff. I press buttons. Do. I got 3D printers. I think I'm good at games, but I'm just old. Look, you just press the little buttons. I don't know what I'm doing. Hello. Look at this one. That's crazy. It's a joystick. Let me just pretend like I'm good at games over here. And let me check on my 3D prints, because we got to see my 3D prints over there. It's crazy. Steve from the Tech Buzz Gaming.
What are you doing?
I'm Steve from the Tech Buzz Gaming.
Looks like Is that why my bathroom light was going out? Don't press that. You don't know what that does.
Where's the red button that you're not supposed to
Oh, this is why you can't leave her alone.
press? Check on those 3D prints.